thoughts on the third season of Glow? Because we talked about the second season of Glow last year.
I didn't like it.
I was not a fan of it. It was not bad, but it was not nearly as strong as the first 2 seasons of the show.
Well, because the problem was, we already talked about this, it was like way too inappropriate. Like, it went a totally different way than the show originally was intending on going.
Like, it was inappropriate for the sake of being inappropriate.
Yeah, exactly. It wanted to be out there just for being out there and being different. It was way too inappropriate. Like, we couldn't even watch it with anybody else around. And that's how you know, like, that's a bad sign. Like, don't watch the show. But it was good. Like, I mean, aside from that, I guess.
Well, yeah, they had some good storylines and compelling character plot points and stuff like that. But aside from the obvious characters, like, I really liked what they did for the most part with Ruth and with, I keep on forgetting his name, Mark Maron's character, Sam. I liked what they did with Sam and, Sam.
Oh my God.
Sam and Ruth. But aside from that, no one else really felt endearing to me on this episode, on this season of Glow.
No, I didn't care about anyone. For the most part.
They had the lesbian couple who were the chick who played the, like, racist Indian character for the first season or two. Mm-hmm. She was in a relationship with I think the newer girl. I think she was added in season 2. I don't think she was in the original season. I don't think she was. The other girl, the Hispanic girl.
I don't know if she was in the original season.
I don't think she was.
It's
I think she was added.
Or she was in, like, the very end of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. One of the two. But, they kind of had they had their ups and downs and didn't really send the greatest message overall. They kind of have to change who you are for whoever you like, which was kind of a weird thing.
Though, it's just the way she went about it. She was like...
Spoilers, by the way.
She was like, you have to be a lesbian in order to be my girlfriend. You can't just be in love with me. Like... Fuck you.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Like, that makes no sense. As long as you love her, what's the big deal?
A lot of gay messages. This was a big gay heavy season, which is why that's not a reason why it was bad, but there was a lot of lessons learned or attempted to be taught as far as that stuff goes with that story, and then with Bash, who we found out at the end of the season, which should have been evident from episode 1, season 1, that the guy was gay and that he's not actually in love with Rhonda. Which is weird because I would have to go back and watch the end of season 2 where he professed his love for Rhonda, where they got married. And she married him just because
she needed a green card.
Needed a green card to stay in the country. And he did it because he actually, I think, liked her, unless he was pretending to like her just so he didn't come off as gay. Again, you can kind of tell in the body language and how he says things and if he actually means it. So we would have to go back and check that out to see if that was, evident at that point, because you just don't become gay out of nowhere. That guy's obviously been gay the entire time.
He either didn't realize that he was gay and thought that maybe his feelings for Rhonda were love instead of maybe friendship or something like that, because he did have a really close friendship with the other girl that knew all about wrestling.
Yeah, the big Machu Picchu.
Yeah, he was, like, really good friends with her, so maybe he confused those same feelings with Rhonda for, like, love just because Rhonda maybe was prettier to him or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe he didn't realize that he...
The gay thing just came completely out of nowhere. I mean, he comes across that way through his mannerisms and whatnot for most of the show, but it's not like he was teasing being in... I mean, there's no other guys on the show, I guess. I'm not really sure how they would have gone about that, but I don't know, it felt kind of random. And then they had the gay bar in the show with the cross-dresser, who was actually a very good character.
Oh my God, yeah.
Bobby Brown, I think his name was.
He was cool.
He was cool, but then, yeah, he was in, like, for the better part of the season, because he tried to be a part of the Glow cast, and then Bash turned him down. Maybe that had to do with it. Maybe it was the whole...
I think so. Now that I'm thinking about that, definitely, like, because...
Because it was really random.
I know people that are gay that hate other gay people or don't like other gay people just because they're frustrated with themselves. So maybe...
He was very hesitant to say no, too. It's not like he said no. I mean, he did say no, but he said it in a way where he kind of regretted what he was saying because he didn't really believe it. When he said, no, you can't be a part of our act.
He sounded both like, I'm supposed to be mad at you and annoyed at you because of who you are, but I'm also not. Like... It was kind of a really cool way that he said that. It
was interesting. So it was a good season, just not nearly as strong as the first and second season. And for the first time in the show's history, after season 1, I couldn't wait for season 2. After season 2, I couldn't wait for season 3. Season 4 is already announced. I don't really know what to expect from it, and I'm not overly excited for it. I'm sure they'll do a good job with it. And the lack of wrestling in this season wasn't really what bothered me. That doesn't really matter to me on a show like Glow. That's not really about the wrestling anyway. It was more about the character development for a lot of these women. A lot of the women didn't really change, and a lot of them kind of felt like they stayed the same for the most part, which was also kind of strange. But you also had, that ending that I was not a big fan of. I know you weren't either. Again, spoilers, if you haven't already checked it out, but the season's been on Netflix now for like 2.5 months, so if you haven't already checked it out, that's your issue. But, and we're a little late to the party here. But you had Debbie offering Ruth a director spot on her show after she stole the TV deal out from her boyfriend or lover's feet, whatever it was. I don't know what their exact relationship title was. But she stole his TV deal. She was going to direct this all-new show. I think the new Glow show or something else. I don't remember. Yeah, they were going to direct the new Glow show. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think they were going to do their own version of that.
Yeah. After the Las Vegas act fell through and they pulled out. And she was going to be offering Ruth to be a director, and she said no because she thought it was just a handout as opposed to her working for the role. And she was offended by the fact that Debbie told Ruth, that she was never going to make it on her own in acting because she hasn't made it up to this point.
That's something like I would say to one of my friends, because listen, if you're an actor, you're not like, it's now or never, girl. Like, take every chance that you can get, because most of the time, like, what you get when you're a bigger actress is like luck or a handout. So I don't understand how fucking stupid you can be to just be like, no, I want to work for it. When are you going to get it then? You're never going to get it. Like, that was so annoying to watch her just whine her way out into the fucking plane on the way home. Like, fuck you. I would have said yes.
Who wouldn't have said yes?
Exactly. She seems so excited about it in like
initially when she was first told about it, yeah.
Yeah, and then when Debbie says, "Oh, like, you haven't made it up to this point, so why not just take this chance?" I would have just said, "Okay, yeah, sure." But she's like, "No. What do you say? Like, you're doubting me. I want to be an actress." Like, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you, baby.
Yeah. It was really annoying.
Yeah.
She was a very unlikable character for most of the season anyway, the whole thing with Sam. Because even prior to that polarizing ending, I would call it, you had her and Sam finally get together, profess their love for one another, which I saw coming from a mile away.
I did not.
You thought it was more of a father-daughter relationship, which is it's easy to confuse with that because it's a love there, but it's a different kind of love. I could tell from the beginning that's where this thing was headed, and the boyfriend was just a decoy who we never heard from again after he said he was going to fucking Peru or some shit. And he said he was going to be going away and not coming back, and she's technically cheating on him because they never really broke up. It was a really weird ordeal. And then the Sam and Ruth thing fell apart that we never got closure on, which is probably intended because we have a 4th season coming out and they want you to look forward to it. They were getting along nicely. They were on the same page. They were about to go out on a date, and I think they kind of did, before taking it to the next level, which is when Sam said, "You didn't get the part in my daughter's movie because she didn't want you. Even though I pulled for you and I brought you into the audition because I wanted you for it." He didn't even tell her, "Listen, you're not a good actress. You're terrible. I don't want you in the role." He said, which is true, Justine, his daughter, didn't want him for that movie. Even though I tried hard to get you on, I lobbied hard for you to get that role. And, she just didn't want you a part of it. That's not my call. It's her movie, so it's not really my project. Ruth didn't understand that. She freaked out, cried, and left, and we never saw those two again together for the remainder of the season.
That was so frustrating. Like, what a
She's
baby.
so annoying.
Yeah, like, I don't get it. If you're an actress, you should not be that fragile to hear news like that. Like, I could only imagine every single time she got a no back from an audition, how she reacted. Because, like, if you want to be an actress, you can't be that fucking weak. Like, grow a pair.
Grow a pair!
Honestly.
Wow.
Grow a pair. I'm just saying.
Harsh words of reality for Ruth from Alexis DiGiacomo.
I went to an acting school. They
Words
were
of
all very
wisdom.
harsh on me. And I had to get over it the next day. And it was like,
Nah,
it
she's
was
a big
hard
baby.
sometimes, but you have to, like, fucking get the fuck over it. Grow a pair of balls and get over it.
She's a fucking baby. Well, then again, she's never really been likable to begin with because the very first episode she cheated, with her. She didn't cheat, but she was sleeping with her best friend's husband.
Yeah.
So, again, there's really no reason to like her anyway. No one in the show is completely likable, which is what I like about it. They're all shades of gray. It's not good guy, bad guy, which is completely contradictory to the wrestling that they're doing in the ring, which is I like that aspect of it. It's a bit ironic. But hopefully they can kind of pick back up, pick the slack back up in season 4, because what we've seen so far from the 3rd season, we already finished it, but it wasn't great, and I think there's definitely room for improvement for season 4.